Winter is here, and it's time to get festive. There's some wonderful British fruit and veg braving the cold and ready for picking.
They're at their most delicious, most affordable, better for you and the planet.
These are the gorgeous ingredients that love this time of year as much as I do.
Just brilliant.
So if you've got a bit of time to make something special, I've created a beautiful get-ahead party menu, ideal for a Christmas get-together.
Nice little cook-up, people you love coming round. Hallelujah, perfect party food.
Taking fruit and veg and giving it a bit of Yuletide sparkle. From epic finger-licking festive nibbles, hot and spicy roasted veg, and mouth-watering kebabs.
Oh my God, the chicken skewer is insane.
To a cheesy tray bake and a sensational party pud.
Unbelievable.
So join me at home in my shed as I end the year cooking what's in season, in the hope it inspires you to have a think about the way you cook, shop, or even grow your food too.
Yay! Merry Christmas.
I'm prepping for my Christmas party tomorrow, and my first stop is the garden for perhaps a surprising addition to my festive menu.
Winter time, a bleak, damp, chilly time of year. Tomorrow, I've got some friends coming round. I'm gonna make some lovely food, and I'm just gonna pick some of these beautiful greens and salad leaves to go with it. People think that salads are just for summer, and actually, some of the most exciting salads are winter-based. I've still got rocket, like probably one of the most common leaves that you can get in the supermarket. We've had a frost here already, a really heavy frost, and the rocket is still going strong. It's hardier than people think. But this is the mustard red giant. Look at the colours. Really, really nice. And you've got the big leaves, which are brilliant, and they're fantastic in salads. You can even put them through stir fries and things like that. And if you look at things like the little kale as well, these little centre leaves are less bitter, and they're more kind of supple and less fibrous. And they really do make incredible winter salad leaves. Conker, look at the state of you. Where have you been? You're so covered in mud. Generally speaking, the salad leaves and the cabbages of winter are naturally a little bit more bitter. And when you use bitter in your pantry of flavours and you contrast it with sweet and sour, you can truly create immense flavours. So don't think of bitter as a negative. Think about it as opportunity. And that's what we've got here.
My party tonight is the perfect chance to give these crunchy winter salad leaves the Christmas treatment. Served with cheesy phyllo parcels and a cheeky hack for the simplest cranberry dip. My Christmas cracker cheese parcels and winter salad are a brilliant way to kickstart a festive feast.
I'm going to take ingredients that most of us have in the fridge at this time of year, so cheese, nuts, fruit, and put them together in a completely different way. So let's start off with a really simple sauce. And this is a good one. This is celebrating amazing sour dried cranberries, the flavour of Christmas. Wherever you've got something rich, this sauce will cut through and give you contrast and deliciousness. So 1 pack here of the dried cranberries. Just put it into a liquidizer. 100 grams goes in, right? Then I'm going to use about 200 mils of port, just enough to cover it. So I'm just using the liquidizer as a kind of measuring vessel, right? Because that's where it's going to get whizzed up. So I'm going to pop this into a pan. Just bring it to the boil, and that liquid and that heat will allow them to plump up and go from hard or chewy to silky soft. So a nice little pinch of dried ground cloves. Nice little pinch of ground ginger. Let's take another little festive friend, the clementine. This zest is gold, right? So this is the simplest of sauces. Just bring that up to a little simmer, about 1 minute. Turn it off and give it a nice little whiz up. It just smells of Christmas. And that, with crispy phyllo and the melting cheese, it's gonna be absolutely delicious. So, sauce done. Next up, let's do these beautiful little phyllo parcels. Have a little look at that. This is kind of a brie-style British cheese, but pick whatever cheese you want, slice it up into nice little centimetre pieces like that, little wedges of it. And of course, this cheese is amazing just as it is, but it's also lovely to cook with cheeses. It's so nice to support our local cheesemakers. It's really important. Use it or lose it, guys. I'm now going to use some chives. And then you've got walnuts. The season is from sort of October, November. And if you're not quick, the squirrels will get them and steal them. But you'll see them all around the markets and supermarkets now. Absolutely brilliant. Squash the nuts together and really crumble them. So herbage, nuttage, cheesage, make-up wordage. Just push the nuts into the cheese. So get yourself a tea towel and just get it wet. It's very important to look after the phyllo because it's very fine and very delicate. And it will dry out on you, but if you put it on this damp, clean, wrung out cloth, you've got nothing to worry about. And at this time of year, you don't want anything to worry about. So let's get our production line going. We're going to get properly festive because we're not just making a beautiful parcel, we're going to make a nice little Christmas cracker parcel. Cut them in half one way and then cut them in half the other way. And now you start to understand what's going to happen, right? This incredible combo of cheese is going to melt inside this crispy pastry. Crunch, golden, hot, and then on the inside, oozy and delicious. I'll just take a little dish, some extra virgin olive oil, take a little brush and go around this pastry like that. Then this is the fun bit, we're just going to roll them up. And then we can go to the end, pinch it nice and gently, and then twist it lightly. And what we've done is made a little edible Christmas cracker. Get yourself a tray, oil the tray, just so nothing sticks. And then you can cook it in a frying pan until golden and crisp, or you can pop it in a hot oven. And I think it's joyful and a bit sort of quirky and festive. I love it. Just brush it again. Just cover this in the fridge, easy. It's a nice little nibble, ready and raring to go. So this one here, let's cook that now so I can show you what to expect. So get a pan on, medium to medium high heat. Just give it a little oil. Now I just want to quickly talk about these beautiful winter salad leaves. I've given them a nice wash. The rocket, the kales, you know, these are amazing colours. So what you might presume is a really boring time of year for salads, right? I disagree. I think it's really exciting. And then I'm going to just take a little clementine. We start being able to tell a very beautiful story. We'll take a drizzle of clementine, top that up with some lovely vinegar, and then just pour in some lovely extra virgin olive oil, 3 parts oil to 1 part acid. A nice pinch of salt, a nice little pinch of pepper. Delicious. Crunch, tang, gorgeous. And I'll do this obviously fresh when they come. Let's come back over here. The great thing about these is they cook in like 3-4 minutes and you can kind of do it in front of people while they all turn up. It's a brilliant way to start a party, I think. A nice little convincing blob of that lovely cranberry sauce. And then when they get nice and golden, which is about now, oh, the cheese is just thinking about coming out. I like that. That's always the dangerous bit where it's perfect, oozy, crisp, golden. Take some of that nice lovely winter salad. Just joyful colours. That's what we're talking about. That. Wow. That combo. Hot oozy cheese with a little mop up of that cranberry sauce. The kind of crunchy, bitter, mustardy, and the sweet is a thing of joy. My goodness. Didn't last long, but it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Wake up your taste buds. So that's gonna be brilliant. Knock out a load of those super quick in a pan. Really, really tasty. I think my guests are gonna love it. How much? Big one or small one?
Big one! Thank you!
We're gonna make some decorations, okay?
Woo!
Not long till Santa comes.
Yay, Christmas!
Let's go and find some pine cones.
Yay!
Okay? Go, 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 go.
I can do it! There's pine cones here.
Good lad. We'll dry them, string them up, and then we can spray them colours as well. Oh, there's loads.
Where?
River, there's like 1,000,000.
Oh! This is gonna take like 10 hours.
I want to cook something that's going to be perfect for my winter party guests. Standing here, just enjoying it, having a little drink up, something that's going to make you feel good. And I want to celebrate a beautiful winter veggie, cauliflower, and its cousin, Romanesco.
To treat my guests to a veggie extravaganza tomorrow, this gorgeous winter cauliflower is sensational when paired with the last of autumn's Romanesco in an easy, cheesy sauce, all wrapped up like a present in layers of homemade pasta. My Christmas cauliflower lasagna is a brilliant get-ahead dish to cook for a celebration.
If you travel around Italy, loads and loads of lasagnas are not meat-based. They can be celebrating all kinds of veggies at different times of the year, and I love that. So what I'm going to do is start off the story with 4 cloves of garlic, just finely sliced, and I'm going to braise off the veggies. So get a casserole pan on a nice high heat, 4 tablespoons of olive oil in there, and go in with the garlic. I've got some beautiful fresh lemon thyme. Pick off the leaves. Broccoli, cauliflower, and Romanesco love a little spice. So we're going to take just a little bit of chili. So half into this over here. Then we're going to come on to the leeks. I've given them a nice little wash, and I'm going to use this half right here. I will not waste these soups, stews, and anything else you can think of. The white part of the leeks. They're sweeter, they're more tender, and really, really delicious. Just cut them in half like that, and then just finely slice them. Actually, leeks are a fantastic thing to grow if you're going to try something new. You can harvest from August all the way through winter, sometimes into spring. Give it a little light seasoning now with salt and pepper. I'm going to turn the heat up, and then let's have a little look at the cauliflower. They're a classic winter veg. Just take the florets off and just separate the stalks from the flowers, like that. And what we want to do is cook these flowery parts slightly less than the stalks. Now the stalks, these will be cooked down. Now let's have a look at this Romanesco. Some people call it posh cauliflower. These are in season from the end of summer to the end of autumn, but it's still beautiful. Take these little florets off. Actually, the stalk has got a completely different flavour. And if you can cook it down and caramelise it, you're going to get savoury, almost, dare I say it, meaty tones, which you can get. You really can. I love cooking out here. I couldn't be happier. Got me fairy lights on, a few candles, nice little cook-up. People you love coming round. I just love it. So look, it's on full whack now. After about 5 minutes, we're going to add white wine. a nice generous glass, and then a little knob of butter. Put a lid on top. So, next up, I want to show you a really, really clever way to make white sauce with a different technique. So normally when you make a white sauce, you take equal quantities of butter and flour, and you just fry it off gently, and then you start adding infused milk. It takes quite a long time. So instead of making a bechamel sauce, this is called a beurre manière. Put 2 litres of whole milk, or any of your chosen milk, in there, right? Bring it up to a simmer. We're going to infuse it with herbs, sage, rosemary, marjoram, thyme. Those herbs are going to perfume that milk. It's going to be delicious. Then I'll thicken it with a different technique. What is cool about beurre manière is you take the same equal quantity of flour and butter. Just mix the butter and flour together, and then what you've got is something that you can add in nugget at a time to any broth, any casserole, any stew, any soup, to thicken it and enrich it. It's a brilliant little technique. So if you've ever made a little casserole when it tastes great, but it's a little bit thin, you just add a little bit of that. Super cool. And that's what I'm gonna use to thicken the milk here and make a lovely white sauce. So look, you can hear now, like this is frying. Beautiful. Let's go in with these veggies, like that. And then I'm gonna add some water. About half a pint. A little seasoning of salt and pepper, and let that cook for another 20 minutes or half an hour. And then over here, remove the herbs. Take this beurre manière and just add little nuggets of it, and that'll thicken. You're enriching it too. So look, that's ticking away. What I'm going to do now is make some pasta. And you don't have to do this for this lasagna. You can buy the dried stuff or the fresh stuff already done, which is brilliant. But I want to show you how easy it is to make your own pasta. 500 grams of flour. Now this is Tipo 00, which is pasta flour. It just means it's finer. You can use regular flour if that's all you've got. And we're going to use 5 eggs to 500 grams of flour, right? Super simple. Just give it a nice little beat like that. Bring in the flour. It gets thicker and thicker. Just use your fingers just to bring it in like that. So just knead this. And in no time at all, you'll start cleaning the table. Stretch it and mix it and roll it. And then you have homemade pasta. I'm gonna let that relax a little bit, so I'll just put a cloth over it. Back here, the white sauce is done, but I want to flavour it with some amazing British cheeses. I'll do about 150 grams of cheddar. Then I'm going to use a Lancashire cheese, more tangy. Another 150 grams. And just use the residual heat here to melt the cheese, almost like a fondue. Right, let's put this lasagna together. So cut the pasta into 4. I'm going to take a pasta machine, just saves a bit of time. You can nick a little bit of flour to stop it sticking. Every time I put it through, I'm going to take it down a notch, which means it goes thinner. So it's really, really simple to do. Absolutely, you can use a rolling pin. And what you're going to get is a really elegant, fine pasta. Look at that. Hallelujah. I'm just putting olive oil in this dish. Take that pasta and put it in the middle like that. So we go back up to the thickest setting again. Going down a notch every time. It's good fun. So this is what you might refer to as a normal lasagna sheet, right? But of course we've got this. That's the advantage of making your pasta. We're going to layer up inside as per usual, but around the edge we can wrap it up. So it's like a closed, beautiful vessel of lasagna. It's going to look and feel completely different. Up the edges and around the sides. Let's make this dish. Do a nice little layer of the cauliflower. And I'd say 4 spoons like this of white sauce. A blue cheese of your choice. Just a few little nuggets. So now we can go to our little slices and layer it up like that. And repeat. That last layer, just use your spoon to push it right down, and then we start bringing in the sides. And you can move it in and around like that. And it's like a little lasagna Christmas present. Take a little bit of that cheese over the top. Then, rosemary and garlicky breadcrumbs are a thing of joy. You can make this 1 or even 2 days before when you need it. So it's a really good get-ahead recipe. This is going to go into the oven for about 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, 20 minutes until golden, blipping and delicious. Very importantly, it's going to go at the bottom of the oven and you get a nice crispy base. 170 degrees Celsius, which is 325 Fahrenheit. And that, my friends, is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. The smell is amazing. This is why I love this kind of dish. By having that pasta around the outside, it really does seal it all in. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Look, edge. That is what it's all about, the edge. And the layers. Look at that. Wow. Creamy leeks. And cauliflower and the Romanesco. Right, get amongst it. Oh. Wow. The breadcrumbs give you that crunch. The outside pasta is crunchy. Then the inside pasta is so delicate, like silk handkerchiefs. Then you get that deep flavour from the cauliflower and the Romanesco. And then in the background is a little wang of that beautiful blue cheese, just a little kind of kick. Wow. If you're out and about and you see cauliflowers, Romanescos, leeks, get them in your basket and have a little cook-up. What a pleasure. And what a lasagna. I think my guests are going to love it.
I'm getting more. Ooh, this one, cool one. Dad, it's overflowing now, like actually really.
Right, I think we've got enough. Right, let's go and decorate. Now look at these, River.
Ooh,
You go and hang one on all nicely for me.
this is almost just like tinsel.
What do you think?
That's amazing.
I wanted to do a beautiful dessert celebrating walnuts. Perfectly in season right now. They're picked in autumn time, then they're dried, and that's why now, a few months later, we get them in abundance. They're pretty much in every home in the country, the classic Christmas nut that you'd have a cracker for, and look at them, these are beautiful. So, let me take you on a journey of this incredible dessert.
these winter nuts are getting the best Christmas party makeover ever. I'm whizzing them up with medjool dates and festive spices and giving them a bath in the most outrageously delicious fudgy coffee caramelly sauce. My sticky toffee coffee pudding will be the perfect end to my party tomorrow.
Yep, you heard it right. This is the coming together of my favourite dessert in the world, sticky toffee pudding, with a coffee and walnut cake. Super simple, super quick. You throw it all into a food processor. So first up, let's get the thing that gives you that amazing toffee kind of fudgy flavour, and that's medjool dates. So 450 grams of de-stoned medjool dates into a food processor. And we're going to pour over the top some boiling water, 300 millilitres in there. Then we're going to add just a level teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 whole nutmeg, a classic flavour of Christmas. So finely grate the nutmeg and give it a nice little whiz up. It really does smell amazing. Now, a little handful of walnuts, let's just say like 50 grams, just to lightly flavour that sponge. And then 170 grams of golden caster sugar, 170 grams of muscovado sugar, then 170 grams of beautiful butter. So very easy to remember. Get that beating together. We're going to go in with 4 eggs. Once the eggs are in, we can go in with 340 grams of self-raising flour to give it that lovely, fluffy texture. A nice little pinch of salt, and then a last couple of pulses. Right, so we've got our batter ready and raring to go. I'm going to make it extra special for Christmas time by using a bundt tin. It comes out like a beautiful crown. It makes everything really, really special. But you can use whatever you've got your hands on. Just take a little bit of this butter and rub it around the edge of this mould. And then just take a little bit of flour, like that. And then just move it all the way around. And this creates a little layer that makes it, I think, impossible to stick. Good to go. In we go now with our beautiful batter. Look at that colour. So let's get this in the oven. The oven is preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit. So we'll cook that for 45 minutes. So while the pudding cooks, let's make the most outrageous sauce. Kind of caramel, kind of fudgy, with the walnuts and the coffee. I love it. So 250 grams of butter into a pan. Then I'll cover it with 125 grams of golden caster sugar, 125 grams of that dark muscovado sugar. It's going to give it amazing flavour. So let the butter melt. That will in turn start to melt the beautiful sugar. Now we're going to add in 50 mils of coffee and about 50 mils of rum. And let that come to a nice little boil. Look at that. Oh, it smells amazing. And then we're going to go in with 300 mils of beautiful double cream. Wow. You know that that's going to be good. A couple of handfuls of the nuts go in, those incredible seasonal walnuts. I'll turn it down to a low, let it simmer for like 5 minutes. It'll thicken up. And when that pudding comes out of the oven, we'll flip it out and brush it with that gorgeous sauce and put some nuts on top. This is going to be a proper festive celebration dessert. Smells amazing. just let it cool down for a second. Get a nice little cake stand, put it on top like that, flip it, tap it, and there you go. Now, the best bit is this bit where we take this amazing sauce and start brushing it onto the sponge while it's still hot. And what's beautiful is as this cools down, it creates this little snappy layer. And it also protects the sponge and keeps it really moist on the inside. So once you've given it a good old dousing right around the inside as well, take some of those walnuts and just lay them on the top. And they're shining and beautiful. That is an incredible sticky toffee pudding dressed up as a sticky toffee, coffee and walnut pudding. Ready to party. Serve that with some ice cream, some custard, some double cream, whatever you fancy. I reckon they're gonna love it.
That's another thing ticked off the list. Right, it's the party tomorrow, so it's time to get my beauty sleep. It's the day of my Christmas party. And because I cooked most of the menu yesterday, all I've got to do is prep my main course, and finish doing the tree.
I think you're doing a good job, Rivs.
I'm very good at decorating.
I think root veg often get a bad rep, but it's an incredible world. And in the wintertime, you've got some crackers available. Parsnips is one of my favourites. They're going to be in the supermarkets right now. In the winter, all these parsnips, they're not growing, but it's also not going off. It's staying really, really fresh. And it will stay fresh for like 4 months, which is brilliant. So every time I need a batch of parsnips, come out and just dig them up, and they will be delicious. Let's get one up. What we've got is a massive humdinger. Just brilliant. They used to be Britain's chosen, favoured root veg. We used it in so many different ways, and they're so sweet we even used it like a sugar. But as soon as the potatoes turned up from South America, these were kicked to the curb, thought of as frumpy, but chefs have been bringing back the Swedes, the turnips, the parsnips, the celeriacs, and doing incredible things with them. I'm also going to get some other veggies that are good at this time of year. They're not winter veg, but they've survived. I've got the beets here, lovely beetroots. And then there's another root veg, classic carrots. So very similar in season to the beets. And I'm also going to dig up a little celeriac. Look, you can kind of start to see how important the roots are. And they're going deep for moisture, water, nutrition. This will kind of be sucking a certain selection of nutrition out of the soil. So we never grow the same thing in the same place. We'll always rotate it. And this stuff, it might look gnarly and dark and mysterious, but once that's scrubbed up, a little bit like me on a Friday night, inside is just a load of gorgeousness. Right, I've got some scrubbing to do.
I'm turning these frumpy, wonky root veg into the belle of the winter ball using the Hasselback technique. Then, taking inspiration from the warmth of Caribbean flavours, plus a few additions, I'm gonna roast them in my version of a festive jerk-inspired rub. Paired with chicken, sausage and bacon kebabs, my Hasselback root veg and party skewers will really get your guests in the party mood.
Now, you may know Hasselback potatoes already, but that technique is going to take these root veggies to the next level. So let me show you how to do it. These lovely beets and purple carrots. If you cook these or roast these once cut with any other veg that are white or different colours, they will all become purple, right? So I'm going to do 2 trays. The reds and then all of these. Look at that. That's just brilliant. Now, you can use either 2 chopsticks like this, or 2 sort of similar sized spoons. And basically what that's gonna do is stop the knife going all the way through the vegetable. If you just take a little parsnip like this, we can slice all the way down, every half a centimetre. It allows seasonings and marinades and rubs to really get in to the heart of the veggie. And what you end up with is this fantastic little concertina effect. So it helps you cook it, flavour it, and it looks pretty cool too. So let's just rummage through a whole bunch of these, and you can kind of get faster at it, and you can pretty much hassle back anything. Literally, carrots, turnips, I've done aubergines. How cool is that? Yellow carrot, love it. That's like a cheek of swede. Swede roasts up a treat. People often just boil it and smash it, but roasted, beautiful. Hasselback onion, Hasselback beets, Hasselback purple carrots. Now let's treat these veggies to some jerk-style flavourings, right? And this is where I think it ties into this time of year at Christmas really, really well. I'm gonna make a version of a jerk spice or marinade. So I've got some Scotch bonnets. I'm just gonna remove these seeds. They're fairly hot. Wear gloves if you're gonna prep it. And obviously if you don't wear gloves, then wash your hands. And then in with 3 shallots. And 3 garlic. 5 bay leaves, love that. Little bunch of chives. A little bunch of thyme. I'm gonna go in now with some spices. A level tablespoon of ground cloves. A tablespoon of ground pimento. And then 1 nutmeg, just grated in. Sea salt and pepper, a little oil, and then just whiz it up. Once it's kind of made into this beautiful paste, what we can do then is add some honey. A nice tablespoon goes in. 3 tablespoons of malt vinegar, and then about 100 mils of rum. Trust me, this is delicious. So I think it's really nice to make the effort. Right, I'm just gonna decant some of this beautiful marinade into a jar. You could use this in so many ways. And the flavors at this time of year are just brilliant. Just keep that in the fridge. It's good for a week. The rest of it, I'm gonna put over these lovely veggies. Look at that. Let's have a little try. Oh, it's got everything. Spice, the hum of the chili. It's so good. Put some olive oil on the veggies. All of that jerk-inspired marinade going into all those little cuts. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good. 2 beautiful trays of Hasselback veggies. So this will go in the oven for 1 hour at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit. And if you wanted to do it in advance, you could do it a few hours before, take it out, and then when your guests get there, you can reheat it for 10, 15 minutes. Beautiful. While my jerk-inspired Hasselback veg is cooking, I'm gonna get ahead and make the perfect accompaniment, kebabs. Hallelujah, perfect party food. I've got chicken, sausage, and pancetta or bacon. So it all starts with a lovely marinade. Here in a pestle and mortar, you can use a food processor if you want. So a couple of handfuls of rosemary. I'm gonna leave this stalk, by the way, because this is a natural version of a skewer, right? Then 3 or 4 bay leaves. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of salt just to create some abrasion. And then 4 cloves of garlic. And we kind of bash that into a paste. So we're going to add olive oil and we're going to add acid. And at Christmas time, we're going to use clementine. A little swig of vinegar to give it a nice hum. And then in we go with some mixed spice, things like cinnamon, juniper, clove, coriander seeds, you know, really nice Christmassy spices. This is a brilliant all-round marinade that you won't regret making. So cut the chicken thighs in half. Then I've got some lovely sausage. I'm just going to cut inch chunks like that through the skin. This is pancetta, actually, so you don't really need to marinate it because it's already kind of cured. And other things like mushrooms. And then we've got apricots and prunes here, the little stone removed. And then onions. They're just cut into quarters. And then you can pull apart the onion into little beautiful petals. Make sure every bit of fruit, veg, and meat is coated in that marinade. And that'll start getting to work tenderizing the meat for sure and flavoring everything. The smells here are beautiful. Right, I'm going to take the natural kebab, the rosemary one here. We'll start with a little mushroom, a little bit of onion, pancetta. Just hang it off like that, and then you can kind of go for a bit of chicken, and then you can put the pancetta back up again so it's intertwined. And then you can take the chicken and kind of loop it like a little S shape on the kebab. Sausage goes on there. So that is a little bit of everything on a beautiful kebab. And when that cooks together, everything's going to kiss each other and eating it is going to be a joy. Right, so let's get a little tray and let's rack these up. Last little bit like that. They just need half an hour, 35 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. Get them nice and golden and gnarly. It's going to be beautiful. Right, I'll wash my hands. And let's check those beautiful veggies. They smell incredible. Way! Look at that. These are looking good. Here's the brilliance of that. Gnarly, concertina, just absolutely brilliant. And the parsnips, how good is that? They're dark. You can see how that little preparation has completely transformed, like how it is. The flavour has gone into all of the cuts. Absolutely sublime. And then when my guests get here, I can reheat them so it's nice and easy. Happy days. Not long now until my guests start to arrive, so in half an hour, I'll take those kebabs out. And Gennaro's arrived early and is knocking up some polenta with loads of parmesan and extra virgin olive oil to serve my lovely kebabs on. Yay! Hello, girls.
Double hug.
How are you?
Good. Hello. Lovely.
Right, let me sort you out a little drink. Hey! Come on, little boy. Gennaro, you're going to be my waiter.
Okay, right.
This is a little Christmas cracker of brie with a little cranberry sauce and a nice little winter salad.
Here, Jules.
Ooh.
Nice for you.
Oh my God, that's nice. That's really nice.
Why can't I have some of this?
Oh, you can if you want.
Looks like a luxury. It doesn't look like.
Here's the polenta. Look at that.
Did I Look at these, guys. Beautiful skewers. Chicken, sausage, and bacon.
Do you want me?
Yes,
I
darling.
have the sausage skewer.
You can have a sausage skewer. Yeah, Janelle, look at these.
Oh my gosh.
And then we got the lasagna. It's cauliflower and Romanesco.
This is unbelievable.
Right, sweetheart. Parsnips from the garden.
Oh, these are the Hasselback ones. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much.
Enjoy. Do you like veggies?
Yeah.
Good lad. What do you reckon to the Hasselback veg?
So good.
Delicioso.
Oh my God, the chicken skewer is insane.
Lovely. Really nice.
I finished mine already.
Have you, Janelle?
I love it.
Come on, baby. Sticky toffee, coffee, pudding.
Amazing. Make this again, I think. Not just for Christmas.
So good.
What's yours, Julie?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yay!
Merry Christmas.